Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorena and I'm a married mom of one, and today we're going to go ahead and break down our January 2020 Paycheck 4, which will be for January 21st. And this is going to be covering our extra debt payment towards Bank of America credit card, our Hulu subscription, half of my husband's phone since he does pay it every 2 months, as well as our Living Spaces credit card, and then lawn service, as well as these three, which is our water, sewer, trash, my cell phone, and then our Disney annual pass. Even though we do get paid this day, this paycheck will actually be going into February, so I'm not counting it for this month. So if you would like to see how I break down our paycheck for the month, just stay tuned. Okay. So for paycheck 4, this was actually covered in our January 17th paycheck, so we won't be looking at that. So we're going to go ahead and start with our extra debt payment towards Bank of America credit card. So go ahead and write that. And that is for $287. Then we have Hulu, and that is $55. Then my husband's phone, that is $140. Then we have Living Spaces, and I am combining bills and debt together rather than having a separate category. Just seems to work out better that way. And that is $200. Then our next bill is on the 30th, which is lawn service. Zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay. That is getting $40. Then we have our water, sewer, trash, and that sadly was a pretty big bill this month. I usually try to budget $130 for it, but I don't know how it worked out to or came out to this amount. So that's sad. So then we have my phone, and that is $65. And then we have our Disney annual pass for my son and myself, and that is $100 a month that we pay to my mom. And so we'll go ahead and add up all of the bills. So 287 plus 55 plus 140 plus 200 plus 40 plus 157 plus 65 and 100. So I'll make sure I got everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So the total for that comes out to $1,044. Next, we have our variable. I did mention in my last video that I am going to be changing the variable and our sinking fund categories, but for the sake of not confusing myself or you guys, I'm going to wait till February to put that into effect. So for now, we'll go ahead and stick with what we have budgeted for this month of January. So we have groceries. I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm trying to find a good way to use the natural light and whatever lighting I have. But if I try to have my lighting hit it directly, then I it casts a really big shadow, like with my hands and stuff. Even though you still kind of get a shadow here, it's just not as bad as if I had the direct light on it. And then I'm trying to use natural light as well, but it's still pretty dark, so eventually I need to invest in something to better help the lighting, because I kind of hate when there's like a really dark shadow, but we gotta make do with what we can at this time. So okay, for variable we have groceries, takeout, my gas, my husband's gas, and then our household and toiletries. So groceries gets $125, takeout gets $30, I get $50 for gas, my husband gets $65, and then our household toiletries is $15. So that works out to be $285. And then for our sinking funds, we have emergency, my husband's allowance, my allowance, our son's allowance, our dog's allowance, and gifts and holidays, car maintenance and tags, and then date night and medical. So for emergency, for this month we're budgeting out $21 a check. My husband gets $40, I get $25, our son gets $13, our dog gets $13, gifts and holidays. Sorry, I gotta keep going back and forth since this is pretty much our first real month of budgeting this way. I have to, I haven't really remembered all of our sinking funds. So gifts and holidays get $30, car maintenance and tags get $23, date night gets $25, and medical gets $8. And when you add that up, that comes out to $198. So for our total bills, I didn't even mention, our income for this check came out to $1,829.90, and we do have a rollover of $192.28 from our Paycheck 3. If you would like to know how we got to this amount, go ahead and watch our Paycheck 3 budget. So our bills and debt is $1,044. Our variable is $285, and our sinking is $198. Go ahead and add this together. So that comes out to $1,527. And so that's our total deducted. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our income and rollover together. And that is $1,829.90 plus $192.28, which comes out to $2,022.18. Okay, and then we're going to be deducting the $1,527. And that should leave us with a remainder of $495.18. So that looks pretty good. I did get a raise this month, so that is why this check came out to so much. because we are trying to budget off of a $6,000 a month budget. And even though I got this raise, we are going to still continue to try to keep it at the 6,000 with all of our new sinking funds and variable expenses and our current debt and bills. And then whatever we make over that 6,000 will either go into our emergency fund because that hasn't met the $1,000 yet. If not, it will go towards debt, but most likely it will go to our emergency fund. So yeah, at this time, this is what our Paycheck 4 looks like. So I'm really happy with this number, and what we're going to do is roll this over into our first check for February, just because I don't really know. I mean, we're still trying to get the hang of this budget thing, so I'd rather roll over the money in the meantime, just to make sure it's going to cover our first check or two, our first 2 weeks of expenses for February, and then from there, if we still have a good amount of excess, then I will probably put that into our emergency fund. Even though putting it towards debt would be nice, just because you get to see that number go down quickly. But again, it's always better to have a little safety net and a cushion. So we will most likely start with our emergency, and we should be submitting our taxes by the end of this month. So then hopefully that what we get back from that we can use towards debt as well. So I don't have to worry too much about not having much money to put towards debt if we use what we get from our income tax towards debt. So yeah, this was our January 2020 Paycheck 4 breakdown. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.